Hello everybody, the Quiet Atheist here yet again.
I'm sorry, I normally don't call people out by name, but I gotta do it this time. I was watching the preacher show and Jamal Bryant, a supposed pastor, notice I'm using these things here. Supposed pastor, notice I'm using these things here.
Oh God. It's time to do another Josh Feuerstein report now, I guess.
Is talking to Monique, an actress, about how she has an open marriage. And he says, I think it's awesome you have an open marriage.
And he is right, Josh. I also think that it is awesome. It may not be something that I would do, but that does not give me the right to tell others what they can and cannot do to make themselves happy. Just like it doesn't give you the right to tell others what they can and cannot do either. You have to understand something, Josh. You cannot simply implement Christianity into things that you don't like or into things where it doesn't belong. You do not have that power. You do not have that right. I personally think that you should start taking civil rights just a little more seriously.
What? And you're a pastor? In fact, he went on to say this. He said, in fact, I lived in an open marriage. I just forgot to tell my ex-wife. Ha, ha, ha,
ha, ha. Oh, shit. That is actually pretty funny.
Dude, you know what the problem is? You ain't a preacher. You're a pimp who dresses up in a suit and shouts into a microphone and passes an offering plate.
So Josh, let's take a moment to go over the definition of pimp and let's see what we can come up with basically. Now, a pimp is a man who controls prostitutes and arranges clients for them, taking part of their earnings in return. Now, to be honest with you, Josh, I don't see any evidence that supports your claim that this pastor is a pimp. In reality, he just made a decision to cheat on his wife without his wife knowing that. That hardly classifies him as a pimp. But then again, you're used to spewing claims without providing any evidence at all in any way, shape, or form. That is kind of your shtick.
You see, you think that you're a man because you sleep around on your wife? You know what? It takes a man not to sleep around on your wife.
Now see, Josh, this is where I cannot stand the hypocrisy here. Why is it okay for King Solomon to have 700 wives and 300 concubines, but it's not okay for this individual to have an affair with another woman? Really? Really?
And then you go on to say a little bit further that as a Christian, I mean, who am I to tell her what she's supposed to do with her body? The Bible tells you what to do with your body, and it says that fornicators and adulterers are going to have their part in the lake of fire.
You see, guys, Josh and this alleged holy book say that nobody is allowed to think for themselves. They mandate it. Nobody is allowed to pursue what makes them happy. Women do not have rights when it comes to choices that they want to make for themselves. One just has to follow the Bible, or everyone is going to burn in the lake of fire for all eternity. All of this can actually go away if one becomes a slave to an over 2,000-year-old mindset. Yeah. I don't think so.
Well, that ain't me talking, homie. That's the Bible talking. Why don't you get in it and read it a little bit?
Do you know what really makes me laugh, Josh? Is the fact that there are a lot of other Christians out there like you who have this great passion for the Bible. You guys think that this is the ultimate truth. But I bet $1 million if I had it, that you guys wouldn't take your unruly children out to the edge of town and stone them to death. Oh wait, I'm taking that out of context, am I? That's just another pathetic excuse.
The problem is this, Hophni and Phinehas, yeah, they were messing around in the church. They were supposed to be preachers, but they're messing around having affairs, doing all of this funky stuff, and God said, I won't have that strange fire, bam, and he kills them.
This doesn't sound like an all-loving God to me, Josh. I mean, it seems to me that this alleged God basically killed individuals for simply wanting to get intimate with women. That is the reality here. And this is exactly why I cannot take your ideology seriously. I have to be honest, I will never take your ideology seriously because it promotes this type of thing. It promotes this idea that this alleged God is completely against people who want to get intimate with multiple partners. There's nothing wrong with that because according to your alleged holy book, it is perfectly fine. Because King Solomon got to do it. Why didn't this alleged God kill King Solomon for having 700 wives and 300 concubines?
Ladies and gentlemen, you can't play around with the glory of God. Don't call yourself a preacher when you're preaching I see too many sheep today have teeth. That's why they're called wolves in sheep clothing.
Yeah, you're right, Josh, and they are Christians just like you who want to completely eradicate human rights because it conflicts with your ideology. I suggest that when it comes to a wolf being in sheep's clothing, look into the mirror.